Hey y'all, it's your girl Symone and welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today is another story time. So before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give a girl a thumbs up, comment down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I just said that. Don't forget to follow me on all my socials at Instagram at Vivalayoshii, TikTok, and Twitter at LifeWithSymone, and follow my business page at Brishari. Y'all, today is Vlogtober day number 11. I missed yesterday, day 10, because it's not for the week. I feel like Vlogmas is going to be better. Like, I feel like Vlogmas is going to be real smooth. I'm going to be able to do them 25 videos. But this right here, yeah. Plus, I was looking crazy today, so I had to just wash and straighten my hair because I was looking a mess. But anyway, let's get straight to the, and don't nobody be like, your hair's uneven, y'all. That's because I literally cut my own hair. So, of course, it's going to be uneven. But anyway, so yeah, let's get straight into this video. So, y'all, this video is part 2 of when me and Toxic stopped being friends. Y'all see, I'm giving it to y'all fast because y'all know me. I would be like, oh, shit, it's been 7 months. But no, if you haven't seen the first one because you're new here, then make sure you go watch it and then watch this one because these are in order. Okay. So, y'all, somebody in the comments on the last video, which I said I have not finished this story, this little thing yet. But somebody was like, you were so wrong because I can't word it word from word because I literally don't remember word from word what that person said. But they said basically something along the lines like, I was fake because I let Tanya apologize to Toxic knowing that Toxic was on some bullshit, yada, 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 boom, boom, boom. First of all, 1, we ain't finished yet. 2, if I would have, they were saying like I should have addressed Toxic basically at the room. 1, let me just explain something. If I would have addressed Toxic at the room and be like, Toxic, what are you doing talking to Vaughn? You weirdo. You know, if I would have made it obvious that that's what she was doing, then 1, we at a gang banging function. They was gonna jump her. I've witnessed them jump people multiple times for less shit than that. For real. Over some crazy shit. But so they most definitely would have jumped Toxic. Then I really would have been wrong because I wouldn't have jumped in. I'm gonna keep it 100. I wouldn't have jumped in. Wouldn't have at all. Not even close. I wouldn't have jumped in. I would probably try to stop it, like break it up. No. But them niggas wasn't gonna jump in either. They hood niggas love to see a fight. They gonna record that shit and show everybody that tomorrow in the hood. Like, oh, look at this fight. Yeah, so no. That's why I said I'd rather wait till it was just the 3 of us. And well, really it needed to just be the 2 of them because that's their issue. But you know, I guess I'm the middle person, so I wanted to wait till it was just the 3 of us and everybody was sober to have a conversation. I just felt like it would have been better. So anyway, let's get into the story. So yeah, so after that happened and Tanya called me and told me like, you know, her and Toxic was cool, da da da. Later that day, I ended up going to Toxic house. So I'm at her house and I was telling her like, okay, so yeah, Tanya ended up calling me and telling me about y'all little phone conversation or whatever. So I'm like, y'all stories is different, you know? So I was telling like, you know, Tanya told me that y'all had a cool conversation. You said everything cool. And I'm like, and you telling me that you pressed her, da da da. So Toxic was like, oh, I guess Tanya probably didn't want to tell you the full conversation because she probably wants to keep it just between me and her, you know, so it's not nothing weird. She was like, but yeah, in the beginning of the conversation we did get into it. She was like, but then at the end of the conversation, yeah, we was cool talking about how, yeah, we cool, we gonna hang out again, all this other stuff. She was like, it went like that. She was like, but I just told you the part when we was getting into it. She was like, yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. So I'm like, okay, this probably do make sense. You know, Tanya probably did because like I said, I've known Tanya for a cool minute now, but like, of course, you know, she probably was thinking like, yeah, I just want to keep it between us, so I'm only tell her the good part of the conversation and not the bad. She's like, yeah, but in the beginning of the conversation, like, we did get into it, but at the end of it, it was cool. So I'm like, okay. So I'm telling her, I'm like, okay, well, Toxic, honestly, if you feel some type of way towards Tanya and you don't like her or whatever, and you don't like Shisha for whatever reason, I'm like, then let me know because I don't have to merge this friend group. Like, I could hang out with them on different occasions, then I hang out with you. You know, we don't have to like link together if it's gonna be issues. I'll just keep my friendships separate, which I have time to keep it separate. So she like, no, it's no problem. Me and her, we settled it, we cool. Like, I don't mind hanging out with her. She was like, cause honestly, like, it's not nothing weird. And I was like, okay, yeah, because I'm like, also, if you're gonna be trying to talk to Vaughn, then I'm not about to, like, you know, then that's another reason too. Y'all don't need to be hanging around because you already know what it is. And before anybody say you should have stopped her if she was trying to talk to Vaughn, for 1, I can't stop this grown-ass woman for doing whatever she do. Even if I was to tell her like, girl, Vaughn is, that's her, Tanya and Vaughn and da, 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 ba, ba, ba. Either way it go, if Toxic wanted to try to talk to this man, she was still gonna try to do it regardless. So anyway, I'm like, yeah, so even if you own that type of timing and you trying to talk to Vaughn and do all that other type of shit, I was like, let me know because I'm not gonna bring you around this girl. Like, you know, like, I'm not about to be weird about that. Like, it's not about to be weird. I'm having you in this girl face knowing that you try to talk to the that she liked. Like, that's weird. So anyway, she like, girl, no, I don't want to talk to Vaughn at all. She was like, I didn't even want to talk to him that night. She was like, when we was in the room And she was getting mad. She was like, I thought she was being funny at first. She was like, so I was kind of being funny when I was like, remember we used to date? Like, she's like, I was just trying to be funny, but I didn't think that she was seriously being mad that I was talking to him. She's like, I didn't know we couldn't talk to the nigga, like, da-da-da-da. She's like, but I was being funny. Like, it was a joke. Like, not a joke, but she was just basically saying, like, she wasn't serious when she was, like, saying that and shit like that. But she was like, yeah, I was talking to him because I just wanted to talk and like catch up with him. She was like, but I was being funny when I said that. She was like, but then when I see she was serious, that's when I'm like, okay, hold up, why is she so serious? Is it because she around these girls, da da da, all this other stuff? So I was like, well, I mean, you could have just said I was just playing. Like, that was kind of weird, like, for you to take it there. And she's like, well, I just thought she was playing. She's like, and I mentioned that on the phone too, and me and her was getting to it. Like, I told her, like, I don't want Vaughn and all this other stuff. She was like, yeah, girl, like, Vaughn, he's cute or whatever now, like, he looks good, but like, I don't want him. Like, them niggas was getting rides from you. She was like, I don't want him. So I was just like, okay, whatever. So anyway, we chilling or whatever. We just chilling in the house or whatever, right? So next thing you know, me and Toxic out, we riding around, we just in traffic, pulling up on different people, this, that, and the third. Like, we just chilling. So Toxic had posted a picture of us like in traffic or whatever. So Tanya ended up hitting Toxic and was like, where y'all at? I guess, you know, trying to make it seem, you know, instead of hitting straight through me, hitting up hers to show, I guess, because they came to agreeance. Like, was that a word? Agreeance. They came to say that they want to be cool or whatever. So she ended up hitting her up. And she was like, she kind of like, where you at? Where y'all at? So she was like, we in traffic. And so next thing you know, Tanya ended up calling me and she's like, Symone, where y'all at? Da 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 da. You coming outside today? Like, y'all coming to the after hours? So I'm like, oh shit, today is Friday. So I was like, oh shit, yeah, I want to go, I want to go. So I'm like, Toxic, you trying to come to the after hours? So she was like, oh, where the after hours at? That's cool. So I was like, yeah, it's cool. So Tanya like, yeah, come through, girl, come through. All the homies gonna be there. She was like, the homies with money and da 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 da. This one homeboy of mine, he be looking at you. I mean, like, not he be looking at you, but like he's seen her that one time. She's like, he was asking about you. Da da da. She's like, come girl, come, we gonna have fun. We gonna drink. Like, we just gonna have fun. She's like, you literally ain't gotta spend no money. Like, the homies is gonna buy us a drink. They're gonna buy us to get in. Like, we gonna have a good time. So Toxic like, okay, yeah, we gonna come. So Toxic like, do we gotta change? I'm like, girl, no. Like, we could go however, because it's gonna be people up in there just any type of way. Like, it's literally a gangbanger after hour spot. Like, it's no dress code. You don't want to put on heels. You're gonna be the only one up in there and they're gonna be looking at you like, you performing? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. So she like, okay, yeah, we gonna come. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna hit you when we heading towards that way. But right now we finna go pull up on somebody real quick and I'm gonna hit you. So she like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna see y'all in a minute. She was like, come pick me up or whatever. So I'm like, all right, bye. So y'all, I ended up hitting up Shisha. Shisha like, yeah, she gonna come too. So I'm like, all right, we ready around this time, because I'm with Toxic and we finna do something, and then I'ma link with y'all. Like, well, we all gonna link. So we go pull up on my friend, whatever. It's just cool. We just talking and shit like that outside the car. So Toxic, I'm like, all right, like, when we was finna leave, I'm like, okay, you ready? Like, you down? My girl, the after hours be lit. I'm gonna be coming home till like 5 in the morning. I'm like, you can spend it at my house. Like, it be really lit. It'd be a lot of fun. So I'm like, you wanna go? So then she was like, at first she was saying, like, when Tanya was on the phone, she loud like, yeah, I wanna come. It's gonna be fun, girl. I'm ready. Blah, 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 blah. So when I'm like, we leaving, we about to head towards that way, I'm like, you want to go? So she was like, no, I actually don't want to go. I really don't feel like partying right now. Can you drop me off at my boo house? So I was like, okay, cool. Because, you know, like, shit, at this time I was a party animal. That don't mean everybody else was. So I was like, okay. So I ended up dropping her off at her boo house, and I ended up going to pick up Toxic. I ended up going to pick up Tanya and Shisha. I should never name that girl Tanya. This is a tongue twister. I ended up going to go pick up Tanya and Shisha. So Tanya like, where's Toxic? Where's Toxic? So I'm like, oh, she didn't feel like going out tonight, so I just dropped her off with her mans. You know, she boot up tonight. So she's like, oh, okay, yeah, she could come out next time. You know, it's still a weekend, whatever. So we go out, right? We going out. We having a time like we always do. We drunk as hell. Y'all know the same after hours where I met the nail cycle, the nail cycle met me, because I remember I told y'all he was looking at me from there, and then would go hit me up on Twitter and be like, how'd you even find my Twitter? Like, for real. Like, how? That was weird. But yeah, that same after hours, that after hours really used to be the spot. When I tell you, it used to be the spot, because it used to be crazy, because it's like the girls, you know, we come cute, you know, little shorts, you know, girls would come cute, but I feel like the boys used to do way more than the girls. Like, they would be doing the most. They'd come fly as hell, because you really didn't have to do that, but of course you trying to meet a girl, you know, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, that used to really be the place to be. Like, them after hours used to go up. Like, there was a time was had there. That's the same after hour that I had took Tasha, aka Lotion, to, and we thought thought somebody was popping glizzies, but the whole time the speaker fell. Yeah, that same one. So anyway, Cause man, anybody could bring. I'd be like, I know, after hours, and that should be lit. So anyway, we there, we having a good time. We ended up taking a picture, and y'all, it was rare for Shisha to come, cause Shisha would come, but then sometimes she really wouldn't come to the parties and shit like that. So we taking pictures or whatever, and I posted it on Instagram, and so did Tanya. Tanya posted it too. So Tanya comments under toxic. Oops. So Tanya posted it too. So Toxic commented under Tanya's photo of all of us and was like, oh my god, y'all having so much fun, I wish I was there. So Tanya coming back like, girl, you should have came, it's lit, da da da, ba ba ba, the niggas is outside, all this other stuff, right? Why? Under Tanya's photo, ooh, excuse me, under Tanya's photo, Toxic gonna comment and gonna say, I wanted to come, but Symone said she don't want to mix our friend groups. Oh, the fuck up. So Tanya over here like, Symone, why you didn't want her to come? Mind you, like, to describe Tanya's personality, she was real bubbly and just super sweet, nice, like goofy, just like she was a really sweet girl. So she's always just happy, like happy. So she's saying it like that, like smiling to me, like, why you didn't want her to come? Why you didn't want her to come? And I'm just like, what? Like, what? So I'm like, I did want her to come, but I'm like, she literally was on the phone saying she was gonna come. So I'm like, I'm gonna tell you later, because it's loud in there. So we still having fun. So at the end of the night when I'm taking them home, I'm like, girl, I never said that. So I'm like, I told her, if y'all got issues, I'm like, because she told me how y'all conversation, you know, I was asking her how the conversation went, and I kind of just mentioned it, probably because I just kind of just wanted to mention it, regardless if I was drunk. I ain't even gonna blame it on alcohol. I would have mentioned it if I was sober too. So I was all like, yeah, because she told me how in the beginning of y'all conversation y'all was arguing, and at the end y'all was cool. So I was like, I just wanted to be sure, like, it's no issues between y'all, because if it is, then I don't want to mix y'all together. Like, you know, I'll hang out with her separate and hang out with y'all separate. So she's like, oh, okay. So yeah, Tanya did never deny that the conversation went that way. So she's like, oh yeah, no, I get it, yeah, we cool though. And I was like, yeah. And that's what she said, y'all cool. So I was like, okay, well, since y'all cool, then cool, like, you know, we could hang out. And I was like, and she was supposed to come, I was like, but she said she didn't feel like coming out tonight. But it's like, instead of just saying, girl, I'm booed up, I'm getting my hit from the back, why you couldn't just say that instead of saying anything about me? Like, what? Y'all, so anyway, I was just kind of annoyed, because I'm like, that's so weird of her to say that. But I had comment back to her under the picture, and I said, girl, you could have came. Like, the fuck? Because don't make it seem like I'm just a weirdo. Like, what was your reason? That shit was weird. So anyway, so Tanya was like, oh, okay, yeah, you know, misunderstanding type shit, whatever. So I ended up dropping her off. The next day, I was telling them, like, I'm taking Saturday as a reset day, because literally, when I tell y'all, my life consists of waking up, going to school, going to the hood. It literally consists of that Monday through, well, not Monday through Friday, because I didn't take no classes on Fridays. And but Fridays, sometimes we just there early and we go to after hours every Friday. So it's literally like every single day we doing the same shit, repeat. We getting some shit. When you hang out with gangbangers, don't hang out with gangbangers, y'all, but it is fun, because it's always something happening. Like, literally, not always something bad. Like, you kind of, people will be like, just discriminating, because it'd be fun. Like, it used to be fun. I wouldn't do it again. You know, I had my time, and I, you know, had a good time. But yeah, it was always something, even though we was doing this shit every day. I'm seeing these people every single day. So I'm like, Saturday is a reset day for me, right? So I end up talking to Toxic, and I'm like, girl, why would you comment that under Tanya Phelps? Because shut the fuck, I never say that. So she's like, girl, I was just kidding. Like, I was just trying to be funny. Girl, you love to be funny and not tell people LOLJK. Like, why do you, it's giving weird. So I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, girl, I thought you was serious, because I'm like, what the fuck? Even though I know she was serious, she was being weird. So she was just like, no, da 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 da. So I'm like, yeah. So she asked me what I'm doing today, all this other shit. So I'm like, oh, nothing, like, I'm just chilling or whatever. So then next thing you know, Tanya's calling me, and I'm like, hold on real quick, girl, this time. I'm like, let me tell her, girl, I'm staying in the house today, I ain't coming outside. I'm going outside today. I wasn't. So anyway, I click over, and it's Tanya, and I'm like, girl, I ain't coming outside. That was quick. I was just like, bitch, don't call me, I ain't coming outside today. No, but she was just like, girl, no, I'm staying in the house too. She was just like, but I think we should have a girls' day tomorrow. Like, we should have a girls' day, a girls' reset day, like a girls' beach day. So I was like, that sounds fun. Like, you know, we be in the hood, we like 10 minutes away from the beach. Why don't we go get our feet wet? Like, you know. So I'm like, that sounds so much fun. Like, we should do that. So she's like, yeah, we should do it tomorrow. She was like, I'm gonna hit up Shisha and tell her. She's like, I just called you to see if you was on board, but I'm gonna hit up Shisha and tell her. She's like, and I'm gonna hit up Toxic too. So I was like, okay, yeah, that would be cool. And I'm like, yeah, that would be perfect. So she's like, all right. So she ended up hanging. We talked for a little bit. She hung up. I get back on the phone with Toxic. I didn't say nothing toxic because literally Tanya just said she gonna tell her. So I didn't want to say something and it looked like I told her to invite her type shit. So it was her idea. So I'm like, let her tell her. Like, it's not that deep. So anyway, she like, girl, oh, Tanya just hit me up and invite me to a beach day. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, that's literally why she called me. So she's like, oh. And I was like, yeah. She was like, okay. Like, I just could tell it was weird that she felt like it was weird that I didn't mention that. But I'm like, I'm gonna let her mention it, because what if she changed her mind and she didn't want to invite her? This was her idea, so she have the right to invite her or not want to invite her. Like, I'm not about to press them to hang out. So she was like, okay. So I was like, yeah. So I'm like, tomorrow I'll just come to your house, you know, or whatever like that. And she was like, okay, yeah, we could go from there. So whatever, we didn't talk. So now roll around to Sunday. We go to Sunday, right? So yeah, we go to Sunday. I got ready. I go to Toxic house. I'm at her house while she getting ready or whatever. And Toxic was just like, yeah, I think the beach is gonna be cool. I haven't been to the beach in a minute. A little beach day is gonna be cool. So she asked me what I got on, because I had on a dress, but I had a bathing suit underneath. So I'm like, girl, I got a bathing suit on too, and I got my dress. I was like, I got my little wrap because I'm gonna take some pictures. I'm like, yeah, I'm just, you know, coming prepared just in case we get in the water, just in case we don't, all this other stuff. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna put on a bathing suit too. So she getting ready and we just talking, like she in the bathroom getting ready and I'm in the bathroom just talking to her. So next thing you know, she was just like, I don't know, but like I just feel like I'm losing my best friend. So I was like, why? Like, why do you feel that way? Mind you, I told y'all, me and her had recently just got cool again, because we was not cool for a long time, because I still gotta tell that story when she lied and said that I jumped her. When she lied and said that I fought her and because her boyfriend had beat her up. Yeah. And why would you lie and say me? Like, she literally could have lied and said that we got into a fight with some bitches. But you literally lied and said that I did this. I'm not gonna say too much because y'all let us say, oh, you told this already. But yeah, y'all remember the mention I mentioned and I never told the story. But I'm gonna tell it eventually. But yeah, so we had just kind of became cool again. Like, we started becoming, that was my junior year, and we stopped being cool, and then we started becoming cool like the end of my senior year. We became cool again, but it was still like kind of like so by the time this time I'm in college, and it's like that's us cool again, but it was really like we would talk but wasn't really hanging out, but we kind of was. Yeah, so like I said, we just kind of starting to get close again. You already doing weird shit. But anyway, so she was like, I feel like I'm losing my best friend. So I'm like, why do you feel that way? She was like, I just feel like we don't have time to hang out with just us anymore. And she's like, you know, we trying to like get back close like we used to and all this other shit. She's like, but I just feel like we don't have time for just us no more. Like, it's always other people. What? Mind you, like, I did hang out with them people all the time, but like I said, at this time me and her would hang out, but we wasn't hanging out like that. So it's like, what's the problem with me hanging out with other people if me and you not hanging out all the time like that? Like, I don't get it. Like, if you want to do something, then I would still do something with her. It took a minute. Like, I would do stuff with her separate before I even brung her around them. Like, so I don't even get it. Like, it was just weird. So she was saying that. So I'm like, girl, no. Like, if anytime you want to hang out with just us, like, just say that. Like, we can hang out. It's no problem. I don't have to. We always got to be with Shisha and Tanya or whatever. So she was like, yeah, because you just hang out with them so much. She was like, you don't even really know them like that and all this other stuff she was saying. She's like, you don't know them like that. Like, you know, and you rather choose to be around people you just met than be around somebody you knew your whole life. So I was like, yeah, but like, me and you still cool too. So I'm like, if you want to hang out more, we could. Mind you, at this time, like I said, she had a strict growing up parent. She had a strict mom. So it's like, she didn't get to do a lot of stuff unless she snuck. And a lot of times it was me sneaking her to do shit because I had a lot of freedom. So it's like, when she got older, it's like, she was just like even more boy crazy. Mind you, I was boy crazy too. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. Like, literally, when I have a lot of people I ain't even touched on yet, because not touched on, literally I ain't touched on them people either, but like I dated or talked to, there's a lot of people I never mentioned. But like, cause you know, I don't know, everybody go through a boy crazy phase, and it's like I was talking to guys too, but like I still, when it's time for like me to just hang out with my girls, like I got time for that. A lot of times she didn't. Like, I would try to ask her like, hey, you want to hang out? She's like, oh, I'm going with this dude, or I'm going with this dude, and I'm not about to sit around and cry about it at home. I made other friends. Like, the fuck? Like, that's how she expected me to be, sitting down waiting, like writing down on the calendar, no, Toxic, you said today at 5 you had time for me. Like, no, it's not that deep. Like, you know, if you want to go be around your dude, then so be it, because when I'm in love, Bye, y'all. See y'all later. Like, no, for real. Because I get it. Like, I get it. You want to be around your man or whoever you talking to at the time. You know, it's something fun, something new, something different. Like, I understand. So she like, yeah. So I'm telling her, like, you be with your boo or whoever you talking to at the time. Like, you be with people all the time. Like, you be at their house spending the night, da-da-da. You know, we not kids anymore. So it's like, maybe the first link you might bring your friend. But, like, after that, not to keep bringing you. I could spend at this man's house to do it. I'm like, why are you here? Like, why would I bring my friend? Like, so it's like, I get it. It's not like we kids and we got to do a 2-man. Or even if we adults, you know, you do that. But it's like, you would find somebody to where it's like, you don't have to bring your friend around. So it's like, you're not bringing me, so we don't have to. I get it. Like, so I'm telling her that, and she was just like, well, I mean, you don't press. You always like, because a lot of times I'm dropping her off to these niggas. So she like, you don't press about it. Like, you don't press to hang out or nothing like that. You don't never be like, hey, let's just hang out, or don't hang with him for the day. You always with him, or such and such like that. She was like, oh boy, she had mentioned, remember the boy that was a P? Yeah. She mentioned him. She's like, I didn't even know him like that. And I'm just thinking like, huh. She like, excuse me, she like, I didn't even know him like that. She was like, and you never told me, like, girl, you don't know him like that, hang out with me. And I said, because it wasn't that serious. I'm like, I get it, we grown now, we have more freedom, we go spend night with our mans if we want to, like, you know, it's different, like, so I'm not mad at it, like, you know. So she was just like, I don't know. She was like, I just don't, I would say not to trust them like that, because you really don't know them like that to be trusting them. And I'm just like, I guess. So she's like, I don't know. So I'm like, Tanya is real cool. Mind you, Shisha cool too. But like, I'm like, they real cool or whatever. Like, cause she went to school with Shisha too, but her and Shisha didn't know each other. But she knew Tanya from school. So I'm like, Tanya's real cool. That's why I said Tanya and just not Shisha. But I'm like, Shisha cool too. So now my stomach grumbling. So she was all like, yeah, she cool, but like, she be kind of too nice sometimes, don't you think? And I was like, no, that's just her. Like, some people are just really nice. Like, it's not that somebody's putting up a facade and just gonna do some shit. It's like some people are nice. So I was just like, yeah, I mean, I keep my guard up with everybody, you know, whatever. She was like, I'm just saying. And she was like, and then you hanging out in the hood every day. Like, that's what happened to you. Like, you just changed. Y'all, which she could feel how she feel. Like, because like I told y'all, I felt like we grew apart. So you could feel how you feel. Like, you could feel like I changed. Hey, that's your opinion, and I feel like you changed too, but like, I'm not gonna beat you about it. So when I said that, I was like, well, we both changed, you know. I ain't changed, but I'm like, girl, I'm literally not arguing you down. If you feel like I changed, then I changed, shit, whatever, like, you would know. So I'm like, it's not that deep. She was like, I'm just saying, like, you changed, you wanna hang out in the hood every day, da 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 da. So I kind of got offended because, girl, don't give as if I ain't doing shit with my life. I'm going to college too. Part-time college student, part-time fake gangbanger, because I wasn't from that hood. So, you know, like, I'm just like, girl, well, it's not like I'm just, and it's like, at this time I was doing cool for myself. So it's like, it's not like I'm just over here sitting around, you know, begging people for money and da da da. So she's like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, you be doing something else with your time, some. And at this time, I don't know if I mentioned it, but it's really not nobody's business. But I didn't have to work at this time. Let's just put it like that. I was good off, right, at this point. So I'm like, I don't have to work right now. I'm like, I'm focused on school. I literally don't have to work right now. So I'm good. Like, you know, and she's just like, I'm just saying, like, you hang out in the hood every day with, and then them niggas is bums and everybody using you for a ride. Like, that's probably all they want to hang out with you for is for a ride. Girl, they could get a ride from somebody else. So I'm kind of getting annoyed because it's kind of you get defensive when you think like, this shit kind of probably true. No, not like that. But like, Shisha and Tanya, they was real cool. Like, they was not using me for a ride. Like, them literally was my friends. Because even when my car was broke down, who was on the bus with a bitch? Them same females. Like, so it wasn't that. But like, the niggas, they probably would call me to use me for rides. But hey, I know what time it was. Literally, hello. So she just saying all this stuff like, you just be too nice, you be letting people use you, da 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 da. So I'm like, where's this coming from? Like, are you mad that we don't hang out, or you feel like you don't like people taking advantage of me? Because they're not taking advantage of me. I'm like, it's actually like, you know, it's not that. So she's like, I'm just saying like we don't spend that much time together, like, you don't gotta get all mad and stuff. So I'm like, I'm not getting mad, but low-key I was getting mad. So I'm like, I'm not getting mad. I'm like, that's just weird. Like, you know, you trying to push it. Like, if it's something, if you want to hang out more, then just let's hang out more. We can hang out more. She's like, okay, yeah, we can hang out more. So I'm like, okay, then cool. I was like, yeah, it's not a problem. Just say that. Like, it's real tension. Like, I'm like, just say that shit. Her mom ended up coming up in there like, y'all, what's going on? I'm just like, the bitch is brown now. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm just like, oh no, hi, we're fine. But she could tell, because, you know, she know us. So, like, so, yeah, anyway, she's still getting ready. It's kind of silence. I'm in my phone just like, I'm sorry. If y'all hear a noise, that's literally my stomach growling. I don't know why my stomach is growling. I'm not hungry. So, anyway, so, yeah, so she's still getting ready. I'm in my phone. It's just silence, kind of awkward, because it's like, girl, what the fuck? You're so weird. So Tanya ended up calling me and was like, where y'all at? Da, 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 da. So I'm like, girl, we almost ready. We about to come pull up. Da, 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 da. So I look over. Toxic looks so annoyed. Like, she looks so irritated, and she just on her phone. She came out. She was like, I'm ready. So I was like, okay. I'm like, yeah, we finna come now. All right, bye. So I hang up, and then we start going off and getting in the car. So we get in the car, and mind you, like I said something Toxic, but I said it with an attitude, because we just literally low-key got into it. So yeah, I'm annoyed still. So when I said it with an attitude, she was like, you were so happy when Tanya called you. Basically saying, like, why you got an attitude with me but happy with her? Bitch, because I ain't just getting to it with her, did I? So I was like, well, I'm like, because she didn't just call me and say no weird shit like you just did. Like, you know, like, the fuck? So she like, I don't think it was weird. I was just saying I want to hang out with my friend more. Like, I feel like I'm losing my friend. Da 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 da. I'm like, well, you're not losing me. We could hang out more. So she's like, okay, well, let's do something today. The fuck? So I'm like, how will we do something today if we already have plans with other people? She's like, see, that's what I'm talking about. You can't never just cut plans with them. I'm like, because that would be weird as hell for us to agree to go somewhere with somebody, and then all of a sudden I'm gonna say, never mind, just me and her finna go do something. That's weird. I'm like, we could do something another day. Like, we could do something tomorrow or the other day. Whenever you want to do something, we could do something. So she's like, okay, well, we could do something without them. She's like, we gonna hang out every day instead of you hanging out every day with them. And I was just like, this bitch is weird. I'm grabbing my shoe. So I'm like, this bitch is weird. I'm thinking to myself, so I'm like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, so okay, I'm gonna be at your nigga house with you too. And I'm like, I'm gonna be laying on the edge of the bed like the dog. I'm like, and I'm gonna do this too with you every day then, since you want to hang out every day. She's like, I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to say you gotta come around me and my nigga. So I'm like, so what do you want me to do? And I'm yelling, like, we going back and forth. Because I'm like, you want to hang out with me instead of me hanging out with them. But you just said you was cool with her and you want to hang out with her. If you didn't want to come to the beach, you could have said, hey, girl, no, I got to do something that day. Like, you literally is getting on my nerves. So I'm telling her, like, you're making it so weird. Like, do you, like, what's up with you? And she's like, I'm just saying, like, you shouldn't just be putting your trust in people. So we kind of get into it. So that's why I was so irritated, and I knew we was not that far from Tanya's house. So I just pulled over into a parking lot, and we just talked. I'm like, let's talk, because I don't want it to be tension before we get there. So I'm like, Toxic, do you want to go to the beach with them? Do you want to be around them? She's like, yeah, I want to have the girls' day. Like, I felt like it was going to be cool. Because even when Tanya was saying it, she was like, we could all talk. And, like, if we feel any type of way about anything about each other, like, let's just get it out this way. You know, just, you know, cool. So our friendship could be really cool. So I'm like, yeah, do you want to go or whatever? So she's like, yeah, I want to go. Like, I want to go. Like, I want to go have a good time. I want to go to the beach. Like, I have my bathing suit on, da 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 da. So I'm like, okay, well, can we stop fighting? Like, I'm like, can we stop arguing about petty shit? I'm like, we could hang out more. Let's do something. Let's have our girls' day. Let's go to the nail shop, something. I'm like, let's do something. I'm like, when you off again? Like, you off tomorrow? So she's like, no, I'm off on Tuesday. So I'm like, okay, on Tuesday, let's spend the whole day together. I'm like, I have a class. When I'm out of class, I'll come to your house and let's spend the whole day together. We go to the mall. We go do this. We go do whatever you want. We go get something to eat. We could do whatever you want to do. I'm like, let's just hang out like the good old days. Just us. Da 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 da. Now I'm laughing. I'm like, we catch the train somewhere if you want to. Just, you know, really act like the good old days. So she's like, we laughing. We good again, right? We good. We good. We laughing. She's like, okay, like, you know, I just miss my friend. I'm like, I miss you too. Like, we trying to work it out as a friendship. So, you know, like, we've been having some bumps in this working it out. But let's do this, you know, let's do it. So we like, okay, we good. So we laughing. We just start talking, reminiscing about so much stuff. We driving, going to Tanya's house. So we get to Tanya's house. When Tanya get in the car, she's like, hey, you know, hi to us. And I'm like, hey, girl. So we headed to Shisha house. Mind you, me and Toxic is still just laughing, talking about stuff, and we reminiscing about stuff. But Tanya, she kind of like jumping in the conversation, like, oh my God, y'all did what? And we like, no. So it was this one time when we just laughing, joking about it, and it's just a cool time, right? So we end up going to go pick up Shisha, right? Remember I told y'all, Shisha felt like she owned my passenger seat. Like, she felt like she should always sit there for some reason. So we pick up Shisha, and Shisha walked up to the car, and she was like, dang, girl, you in my seat again. But she was being funny. So then Toxic was just like, you don't own this seat. Yeah. And And I'm just like, so me and Tanya, we laughing. And I was like, she should get your ass in the back seat, get in the car. So she laughing and she was just like, damn girl, I was just playing. Like, cause Toxic said it with an attitude. She was like, I was just playing, girl. So I'm like, all right, y'all ready? Which beach we going to? So we decided we was gonna go to Venice Beach. So we put the GPS in and we was going on the way to Venice. Like we was headed towards that way. So Toxic, out of the blue, we driving, we still laughing. And I'm like making conversation with them because she was like, oh my God, girl, why this ninja? Oh, I gotta tell y'all about this. She should have some strange men that she wanna link with. But anyway, so she telling me like, oh, why such and such, this happened, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, oh my God, for real? And she like, yeah. So mind you, I'm going back having a conversation with everybody because you know that's what you do. So out of the blue, Toxic was like, oh shit, mind you, we still driving. I'm on the street at this point. I don't know why sometimes I will avoid the freeways. But she's like, well, probably because I ain't really know how to drive like that. I had taught myself. So yeah, that could be why. So yeah, so Toxic was like, can my boyfriend come? Well, it wasn't her boyfriend, but this boy she talked to. She's like, can he come? So I was like, girl, what? And she's like, can he come with us today? Because at first, when she said, can he come with us, I'm thinking she meant to the after hours because we started speaking on the after hours and shit. So I was like, what? And she was like, can he come with us today? And I was like, oh, so I'm thinking about the after hours. So I was like, oh, girl, no, the after hours only be on Fridays. But I was like, yeah, but if he from, like, you know, if he get along with these hoods through these hoods, then he good over there. He good. So she's like, no, can he come with us to the beach? So Tanya started laughing and she's like, girl, no, it's a girl's reset day. Why would he come? And I said, girl, why would he come with us to the beach? Are you crazy? She was like, yeah, I just don't want to feel left out. It's it's 4 of us. How would you feel left out? Tanya and Shisha knew each other longer than I've known them. Like, mind you, when we was in the car talking and stuff, we was trying to include her in the conversations, but she wasn't saying shit. Like, she literally wasn't saying shit because even Tanya's like, girl, you gotta come to the next after hours. It be lit, such and such, this, that, and the third, and she just like, like, she was just really not talking. So then I'm like, girl, why would you feel left out? Like, we all cool. So she was like, girl, you do not need no man to come. You just want to be with your boo. Like, you just trying to have a reason to have him come. So I'm like, girl, no, it's gonna be cool. Like, everything is cool. Like, what's wrong? So Tanya's like, girl, no, like, you good. So she was like, well, I mean, like, my head just hurt really bad. So Tanya was like, Shisha was like, that girl wants some dick. That's what she wants. She wants some dick. Because that's why I know what that mean. When my head hurt and I want some dick. That's what I mean. So we laughed. I said, girl, oh my God. I said, when we done, I'll drop you off to him. Like, you know. And she was just like, okay. She was like, well, could we just pull up to his job real quick? I'm not going to. So anyway, she was like, can we pull up to his job or whatnot? So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm thinking like, oh, my friend's having some boy trouble, you know, like, I get it. Sometimes you probably just want to pull up, see if a girl there, we gotta do. So I'm like, okay, let's pull up, whatever. So we ended up pulling up. His job was on the way to the beach anyway. So we pulled up and she was like, yeah, y'all smoke because they could smoke us out before we go, whatever. So Shisha and Toxic was the only one that smoked, but we all went up in there. So we go up in there, they playing music. It's a whole bunch of ninjas up in there. You know, they playing music, they smoking. So she like, oh, what's up? Like, we finna smoke with y'all, whatever. So they smoking shit. We just chilling. They have bottles, so they pouring us a little drink up. So we drinking or whatever. And we chilling for a cool minute. We was there for a cool minute. When they got done smoking, Shisha was like, all right, let's go. Like, let's go to the beach. So I was like, oh, yeah, shit. Okay, let's go. So then Toxic gonna go up to the nigga she came for and gonna say, y'all trying to come to the beach with us? Mind you, it was a lot of dudes there, whatever. So she like, y'all trying to come to the beach with us? So I'm like, no, they not trying to come to the beach with us. I'm like, girl, it's a girl's day. So he's like, oh shit, we trying to come. So one of the boys was like, yeah, I'm trying to come. He was like, but yeah, oh boy that Toxic talked to, he was like, yeah, client finna come. So when I'm done with him, we could go. He was like, and plus we should probably wait and go at night anyway. It'd be more of a vibe at nighttime, but when we're cool at nighttime. And one of the boys was like, yeah, I'm trying to see something at nighttime. And he looked at Shisha and Shisha was like, boy, what the fuck you trying to see with me? Shisha, her mouth used to have me weak. So he like laughing and stuff. They just laughing. So I'm like, no, it's a girls' day. We supposed to have a girls' day, so we could do a beach day later with y'all another time, but we having a girls' day. So he like, oh, well, we could just come later after y'all do y'all little girls thing. We could come later on at night if y'all still there, and that'll be a vibe. So I'm like, okay, we gonna see. I'm like, all right, but we finna go. Like, we finna go. So Toxic was like, I don't think I'ma go no more. So I'm like, why? What's wrong? Like, what happened? She was like, I just don't feel like going. Like, I just rather wait and go when they go. Like, I want to be with the bros. So I was like, all right, well, we finna go. At this point, I was just irritated. I'm like, all right, well, we finna go. So Tanya like, Toxic, no, come on. They said they could meet up with us later. They could just come later. We could pull up on them later after we leave the beach or whatever. We just gonna get some food, walk around, you know, have a good time. None of us was 21, so it's not like we could go to a bar. So we like, yeah, we gonna be good. We gonna be good. We gonna come back. We gonna come back later. So a boy was like, yeah, you just come back later, or like we'll come to y'all. So she was like, no, I'ma just stay. I wanna stay here. Like I wanna be here with y'all. So I'm like, all right. So then we start walking out. She's like, I'm gonna walk out to the car because she forgot something in the car anyway. So we walked to the car. So Tanya like, come on, Toxic, come. Like, Toxic, just come with us. Just come with us. So she was like, no, I'm gonna just stay. I'm gonna meet up with y'all later. I promise I'm gonna meet up with y'all later. So Tanya just kept asking. So I said, you don't need to beg her. Like, because it was getting annoying at this point. I'm like, you don't need to beg her. So Toxic was like, yeah, because I'm going to just meet up with y'all later. So Toxic was like, are you mad? Like, Symone, are you mad? So I was like, I'm not mad, but it's just annoying. I'm like, because if you wanted to get dropped off here, that's all you had to say. Literally, because it's giving. You never wanted to come. You could have just asked, hey, can you give me a ride to this? And I would have just been like, okay. So it's like, that's what it's giving. So she was just like, no, I didn't want to get dropped off here. I just really, when I got around him, I just want to be around him. Like, you know, like, what's the problem? The problem is, I didn't say this though, but I'm just thinking to myself, you literally bitched and fucking moaned about me hanging out with other people, but my case was, you hang out with a nigga all the fucking time. So, and I don't sit up and cry, and then you turn around and go hang out with a nigga. Bitch. Woo. So yeah, so I was just like, all right. Okay, so she like, all right, I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna call you, we're gonna pull up on y'all, I'm gonna call you, like, because we're gonna go to the beach, I'm gonna call you. So I'm like, whatever. So I get in the car and I start the car. Like, she was talking, I just closed the door in her face. Like, I ain't, yeah, I was irritated. I closed the door in her face because I'm just like, she's so weird. You just did this whole argument about want to hang out, and it was like, yeah, I still want to go to the beach then, because this. Yeah. So Tanya like, what's wrong? Like, I feel like y'all have like some type of issue, like y'all good, like, you know. And I was like, yeah, we good, because I'm like, I'm about to sit up and be talking about her to her. Like, I'm gonna vent what I feel to Toxic later. So anyway, we ended up going to the beach, y'all. We went to the beach. We had a good time. We had a good little relaxing day. We watched the sunset. It was cool. This man, you know, at Venice Beach, they put you in a line and people do a backflip over your head. Somebody did a backflip over me. It was fun. We had a good time. Like, we literally had so much fun. We met people. Like, it was fun. We had a good time. So we posted pictures and stuff like that, and Tanya had posted a picture and was all like, something, I forgot what she said, but basically it was kind of giving like my best friends type shit or something like that. I don't know, like girls day was needed, some shit, I don't know. It was something like that. Three amigas, I don't know, I really don't remember, but it was giving something like just the three of us, something shit, I don't know, whatever it gave. Toxic got offended, so she ended up texting me and she was just like, oh, y'all was happy for me not to come. So I was like, no, I really wanted you to come. I'm like, because you literally just bitched him on. I didn't say bitched him on, but I'm like, you literally just was complaining about us not hanging out. You said you want to come. I wanted you to come. And then you do this. Like, you was being weird. Like, then you go be with him. So she was like, oh, it's not a problem. Like, I don't see what's the issue if I want to be around my nigga. Bitch, I literally said I don't have a problem with you being around a motherfucking nigga. That's why I do my own thing, because I understand that you make time for other things, so do I. Now you're trying to make it seem like if I'm upset about it or something. So I'm just like, girl, mind you, at this time I was talking to people, but like I said, nobody consistent. Like, I was talking to 7, but that was not consistent at all. And that was real random actually. But like, I would talk to people, but nobody consistent. But like, her little boo she was talking to, he was kind of like consistent. It was like consistent, whatever. But like, y'all, she got so mad. So mad. So I was just like, I'm not finna text her back. She's so weird. So she ended up hitting up we still out there for a cool minute. She ended up hitting up Tanya, and she asking her where we at. So Tanya's like, oh, we still at the beach. We finna leave in a little. So she like, oh, we pulling up to the beach. I'm with the boys. I'm with the bros. We pulling up to the beach. Da 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 da. All this other stuff. She's like, so y'all wait. So I was like, but mind you, we was finna leave anyway. So I'm like, we not about to wait, because like, you know, I'm like, I could care less about hanging out with them boys. Do y'all? Like, y'all wanna hang out with them? If y'all want to, then we could stay. But I could care less. So they like, nah. She should like, girl, no. I want to go get dropped off to my man. And Tanya like, yeah, I don't care to hang with them. So I was like, okay, well, we could leave. mind you, Toxic hitting me up, but I'm not replying to her because you literally was just trying to argue with me through text. And she hit up Tanya like, where y'all at? So Tanya like, we at the beach, we finna leave, da 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 da. So she ended up calling me and I answered the phone. So she like, where y'all at? I'm like, we leaving. So she like, why y'all leaving? I just told Tanya that we come in, that we just parked and we finna walk up and stuff. So why are y'all leaving? So I'm like, because our day wasn't planned to hang out with these, and that's not what we finna do. We good, we tired, we finna go. So she's like, all right, whatever. Well, if you want to drop them off and come back, you could then. So I was like, I'm not about to go drop them off and come back. Like, that's out. So she's like, all right, well, I'm going to just hit you. We still going to hang out on Tuesday. So I'm like, okay, bye. So we hang up. She ended up posting on Instagram, y'all. You know, you used to could write and screenshot. She ended up posting on Instagram like, I'd rather be with the boys or some shit she posted. I'm just like, this girl's fucking weird, but I didn't say nothing about it. But yeah, after that, it was just weirder and weirder. Honestly, it's probably like 2 more stories and then it just get to that point. Like, y'all, probably like 1 or 2. I'm trying to think because I probably could add that into the other one. But y'all, after this beach day, shit was weird because it was like, what, like, I don't know what happened. She went weird. It went weird. It was like some time later, but like, yeah, no, I could do 2 more stories. Yep, and it'll get to it. But that's it for this video, y'all. Y'all could just imagine. It's crazy because me telling these stories, I wonder if y'all could guess what happened. Like, I wonder if y'all could really just guess, like, dang, how'd y'all end up falling out? I wonder if it's coming obvious, because when it get to it, it's probably not, but when it get to it, y'all gonna be like, what the fuck, y'all, right? But anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Double check if you're subscribed, because YouTube be unsubscribing people. And when I check my sub account, they took something from me, and y'all need to stop playing, because I'm trying to get to 150 by the end of the year. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you tell all your family members to subscribe. Everybody that you know, subscribe for your kids' iPad, all of that good stuff. No, I'm just kidding. Don't subscribe from the kids' iPad at all. No. But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see y'all in my next video.